Hi guys, in that video I'll be explaining mechanics, but before we go deep in discussion, I want to tell you some important definition and basics. I'll start with the difference between the vector quantity and the scalar quantity. Any physical quantity is divided as classified as being a vector quantity or a scalar quantity. But what's the difference between them? It might seem a bit complicated in the beginning, but after I give you some examples, it will be very easy. A vector quantity is a quantity that has a magnitude, or let's say size and direction. But the scalar quantity is a quantity that has only magnitude. So magnitude or size only. I'll give an example here to clarify my point of view. If that is the ground here, and I have a block, and I move the block 5 centimeters to the right, and then I measure the distance the block moved to the right. If I said that the block moved only 5 centimeters, that is meters. So if I told you that the block moved only 5 centimeters, 5 meters, no idea about if that object moved. A magnitude, and that magnitude is this 5 meters I gave you is the distance. So the distance is a scalar quantity because it has only a magnitude. You cannot get the direction of the movement of the object. So it's just a magnitude. But if I told you that this object moved to the right, 5 centimeters to the right, then I told you, I specified the distance of the object to move it to the right. Specifying a direction for the magnitude causes this quantity to be a vector quantity, and this quantity is called displacement. So the displacement is the distance of an object plus the direction. So here it will be 5 meters to the right. That's all you have to know between the difference between the vectors and the scalar quantities. Other examples for scalar quantities, for example, we have the mass, the length, the time, the speed, and work. And the examples for the vector, you have the displacement as I told you. So the displacement, the velocity, which is the vector quantity of the speed plus the direction, so the velocity. Later on I'll talk about each quantity and I'll explain each quantity alone, but I'm just showing you some examples in the beginning. You have the displacement, the velocity, and force. Another examples. That's all you have to know about the difference between the scalar and the vector quantities.